day of destruction continues, and Tommy with an event here, third event of the day, and it's one that I'd say we're most familiar with.
Definitely the skid plate race out here at Irwindale Speedway on the infield, cristing and crossing through the infield. A lot of fun, but my car, I know going into this event, it's a big car, it's a heavy car. What I've learned from this type of a track setup is I got to really slow my car down or else I'm easy to spin out. Just a lot of weight moving around.
Right, yeah, for my car, really the only thing that's new to this one is going to be working with some front end damage, which really isn't a big deal. We'll see how it goes. I know my car's good in these skid plate races, so I'm ready to go for this one. We're running our weird kidney bean track.
Yep.
Actually, this one's even weirder because this one, folks, they added something new. We're doing a trioval kidney bean.
Yeah.
Up to the wall.
Uh-huh.
So, Tommy, what are you thinking for this race?
Well, I'm thinking that going down the front straight and into turn one, I'll be okay. Everywhere else from there, I'm just going to be slowing down or spinning out.
Yeah, I see a huge portion of that track because it's a new portion of it. Really, we know that bus stop is going to be a big part on the back straightaway, and that's where a lot of people make or break their races. But I think this new edition of that trioval, they're going to maybe catch a couple cars. There could be some big wrecks in there, too.
Make or break is what I was laughing at. It could be make or break that car.
Yeah, no kidding. You ready to go racing?
Let's go skid plate racing time.
Took us long enough to get the cameras going.
Skid plate racing time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out of gas. I guess we're doing a standing start. I have no idea. I tried to help pace the field, no one's listening to me.
Skid plate racing's done, and folks, I can finally see in front of me.
What happened?
Remember that damage I mentioned earlier?
Yes.
Well, it turns out that my latch is broken.
And the hood flew up?
It took a few laps, but the hood covered up, and you can see me in the race having to look through this little hole between the hood and my dashboard so I can see where I'm going. Unfortunately, we lost the GoPro in that whole mess.
Yeah, it popped off the GoPro on the roof. For me, your car was running just fine with the hood open, though. I mean, no damage,
it was
no crazy.
funny enough, and I'm not using you as a comparison tool, Tommy, but I finished 22nd in the race.
Yes.
And you finished 23rd.
Yes. That was harder than 23rd, as you can see, because exactly what I called. I knew it was going to happen. That my car just does not do good on those tight, twisty corners.
Right.
And I love those tracks. That's a bummer for me. So I'm just going to have to learn how to drive my car a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Because I love those tight tracks. It's always changing. Got to dodge people, and dodge people that I try to wreck, too, because I got in a bit of a rivalry there.
You did. Let's talk about that rivalry.
So what I saw on my side was I was spun out into the infield next to the K-rail, and then I saw the 07 car spinning out into me. I was parked there trying to find a way to get back going again, and I see this guy just come spinning at me, and I heard motors revving and everything. I was like, you know what? You did that deliberately. You did not lift. So I fired my car back up, and I was after him. I dumped his ass going into turn 1 and 2. And then he got me back, and we finished off our races, per se. Once we saw the GoPro, or at least once I saw the GoPro bouncing around, I had to have a chat with you.
Yes, the GoPro bouncing around, folks. One thing that you might not be able to tell is after I lost my GoPro, and because that hood flew up, I figured I did, and this had happened. We've had this issue already before.
We should have learned from it the first time.
Yeah, my mom actually called me up and was like, are you doing this on purpose now? No. But that issue was an issue. So what I had to do was, I got jealous of you in the figure eights, which
Yeah,
is why I let it open
exactly.
up. But so I knew that the GoPro was up there, and I knew that it probably fell off. And I'm looking on the track, and lo and behold, I see it on the track, and I'm like, oh, crud. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to baby it, right? I'm like, part of me wants to stop. And
in front of the camera,
just stop, over it or whatever. So no one's gonna run over it just in case it survived. But by the time we picked it up at the end of the race, and it made it from turn 1 over to turn 2.
Yeah.
Tommy, that thing doesn't look good.
It was demolished out there, that GoPro. They're meant to fall and take abuse, but not when you're driving cars over the top with skid plates.
Well, speaking of demolished, next up's the Demolition Derby. What do you say we move on with Dave Destruction?
Let's do it.